Praesidus is a watch company that draws heavily on military history. I've covered one before in a straight-up no-frills field watch that was even delivered in an era-specific, by today's standards, tiny size. But there are of course only so many times you can reinvent the very basic no-brand field watch. So over time the brand has diversified. What hasn't changed is the commitment to donating 5% of each sale to veteran associations and communities, detailed on their website. And it's always nice to know that a small part of your purchase goes to a good cause. Today I have the PAC-76 Bonklip on offer, and as per the website, it's a revival of the now bygone era military analog chronographs. Its distinct oversized 12 and 6 indexes are both a legibility choice as well as a 70s aesthetic approach. And it's a design that we've seen revived from other companies lately as well, and for good reason. It's attractive, and in this compact size of around 38mm, it's also quite versatile and suitable for smaller wrists. An extra interesting detail is using the Bonklip bracelet, which is comfortable and unusual, but luckily very easy to replace with something else if you so choose. So should you consider getting your own? Well, let's find out. A big part of the watch buying decision is sizes, so let's cover that first. It is technically 38mm in diameter, but due to the asymmetrical design, it's really more like 39, or including the crown 40.8. Lug to lug is 45.5mm and lug width is 20mm. It's 11.7mm thick and weight on the bracelet is about 70 grams. Handily, it's waterproof to 100 meters. Checking out the dial, and if you're an old hand at these things, it's obvious straight away that behind the dial there's the engine of a Seiko Mecha Quartz VK64. Easy to identify due to the 24-hour dial at the 3 position and the minutes on the left. Both are grooved and hold up to close-ups. The popcorn texture dial overall means there are very few reflections, and despite having polished hands all around, legibility is not a problem. I find the logo quite attractive at just under the 12, and it's printed as well, as is all the details around the dial. It all holds up the loop at home and here on YouTube. The yellow color chosen for the 12 and 6 and the marks every 5 minutes is a bright yellow, which stands out very well against the black background. So overall here we get a nice classic dial layout where timing 60 minutes using the large hand gets you a mechanical sweep, whilst the battery within means the time will always be accurate, until the battery has to be swapped over. I do have to point out that unfortunately there is an issue with a random bit of what looks like a white marker at the 6 seconds position. So if this wasn't provided to me for review, I would have sent it back for replacement. These things happen, but it's worth inspecting yours upon arrival. Covering the dial is an attractive curved crystal described as K1 sapphire. I believe K1 crystal is heat-treated mineral glass, which is more scratch resistant than normal mineral glass, that for instance Seiko use quite a bit, and it's more shatter resistant than sapphire. It's not quite as scratch resistant as sapphire, but it's a decent choice all the same. The case is all brushed, with the only bit of polish you'll see being on the pushers and the large crown, which is very easy to manipulate, which I like very much. The lugs are downturned to sit comfortably on your wrist, and even on my slightly larger than average wrist, it's comfortable to wear and so light. Flipping the watch over, we get the description of the watch in a nice typewriter font, which again feels like it's of the 1970s era. And the logo in the middle treated slightly different than the one on the dial. Moving on to this bracelet then. This design goes all the way back to the 1920s, and whilst it's a little fiddly, and particularly here where the quick release spring bars tend to fall out of their holes when not in use, they are easy to reattach, and this design will fit any wrist size at all. It has the feel of jewelry more than belonging on a watch, but it's an old classic design that you may even retain and put on other watches in the future that has that vintage clout to pull it off. This one is fairly shiny, which contrasts with the matte brushed surfaces of the watch. If you don't like this look, it's a 30-second job to take it off and attach it to leather, which changes up the look very quickly, and I have been wearing it on this black cross-stitch leather strap mostly. I'd say that you'd need a fairly thin and delicate strap to fit the watch here, but a well-worn one would also look good, I think. The lume is one feature that leaves a lot to be desired. The numbers have better lume than the hands that fade quickly, which is not uncommon but no less puzzling. There's no point seeing the numbers if you can't see the hands. That said, it will last for a few hours in pitch black, and that's okay, I think. The PAC-76 is reasonably priced at $395 US. It's an attractive classic design that offers a low maintenance movement and gives back to the community. Legibility is excellent, and changing up the look by using a different strap is easy and will only enhance this design. I like the lemon yellow digits, and whilst I would personally not wear it permanently on the Bonklip bracelet, it is a fun addition that is different from the many other similar designs on offer out there from Chinese brands and of course the many Swiss brands at 20 times the price. Even if this model is not to your liking, check out the website if you're keen to buy watches from a brand that gives back to a community that gave so much. There's a lot of interesting watches, special editions dedicated to famous veterans, and stories on offer, and the owner is a nice guy that responds to inquiries quickly, which is commendable. Thank you once again for watching and supporting my channel, and I'll see you next time.